Welcome to Sail Ho, Croatia. Today we'll explore historical city of Zadar, its numerous attractions and some very special secrets. We'll show you the biggest marina in Croatia and an amazing old city of NIN. Stay with us. The city of Zadar is the historical center of northern Dalmatia. The remnants of various historical periods found all around the area tell us of its rich and exceptionally turbulent history. The city was founded in Roman times, and today you can still see many monuments from that era.
Even in Zadar you have a lot of unique things, and one of the most important is this Roman Forum, which is the best preserved and the biggest forum in Croatia and maybe wider.
That's correct, Vlatka. This part of the old town is quite interesting because of many different historic layers that we have precisely here. For instance, this is the largest forum preserved in the country. Size is 45 by 90 meters, and it was surrounded with these pillars from three sides. At the southwest part we even have a temple dedicated to Jupiter, Juno and Minerva. Here on the right hand side we even have the reconstruction of the ancient three-nave basilica. Then once again we have a church of Saint Donatus, which is basically the symbol of the old
city
town.
of Zadar.
Definitely.
And of the city of Zadar. I think that's the most significant thing that everybody recognizes.
Absolutely,
Zadar.
absolutely. And this one dates back to 9th century.
In the Middle Ages, Zadar grew to be a powerful trade and marine center, which competed heavily with Venice. In 1202, the Venetians used a Crusader army on its way to Palestine to sack and heavily damage Zadar.
These are probably the most beautiful Renaissance land gates in the whole region that we call Dalmatia. They were built here during 1543, the mid of 16th century. So whenever you notice a lion with wings, that is actually the coat of arms of the Republic of Venice. So basically in this case that means that the Venice provided the money for this
gate.
Gate. That's correct.
Why?
Why? Because there was a huge threat of Turks,
yes.
Not Turks, but the Ottoman army. So that is the reason why most of the town, most of our peninsula is even today very well protected with these massive bastions, Renaissance bastions.
And there's something interesting. You told me that this park over there, which is really interesting, is the first park in Croatia, first public park.
Yes, that was actually during the Austrian government here throughout 19th century. So it's considered to be the oldest public park ever made in the Republic of Croatia. The precise year is 1828.
Nearly every square in Zadar is special and unique. Today, like in the past, squares and favorite locations for people to gather and to stage different events.
Even this is a people's square, as we can see. The main meeting point in Zadar.
This is considered to be one of the main meeting points, especially for local people living here. But this is a very ancient square. It dates back to basically medieval period. As you can see, it's surrounded with many of these very interesting buildings. For instance, City Lodge, which dates back to 16th century, then City Guard, then City Hall. And if you pay attention, you can even notice some of these medieval houses around the corners.
The main and maybe the most famous street in Zadar, everybody knows about Cale Larga. Tell us something about that street.
Calle Larga is actually the old Roman street. It's but it is the main longitudinal street. The ancient Decumanus Maximus also dates back to the Roman period. But even today, during 2015, this is the main broad street, and this is definitely a place to be.
Ivana, this is the most recognizable souvenir from the city of Zadar.
Yes, this is maraschino. As you can see, we consider maraschino as the most original souvenir from Zadar. Not only souvenir, this is a liqueur, a very tasty one, and it's often served with sweets.
Yes,
So
and it
quite
has a great
sweet because of the
history.
cherries. The original recipe was made in a Dominican convent here in Zadar. We have
Like 400 years ago or something.
during 16th century. So there's even one story saying that one of the British kings used to order boxes and boxes of maraschino to be shipped from Zadar back to Britain. Not only him, but many other very well-known persons were quite fascinated with this lovely liqueur.
Okay, Ivana, it sounds good. I've tasted it before, I have to admit, but we can do it again, always. Cheers.
Give it.
Perfect.
In Zadar, some very unusual and modern installations can be seen and heard.
Ivana, this beautiful sound that we can hear now, where does it come from?
It actually does come from the sea organ. So these are the unique sea organ in the world, and you cannot find them anywhere else beside here in Zadar.
Yes, it's very famous and people come here because of that. I understand them now, I have to say, because it's really a Zen spot in Zadar.
Definitely it is.
Yes.
It's one of the highlights of the old town. This is the urban installation.
Yes.
It's considered to be number one or number two of these highlights that we have here in Zadar.
Yes, it's really unique because I think that's the only place in the world where you can literally hear sea playing.
Yeah.
Sounds of sea when it plays.
Hear several different tones. Even
Yes.
though the sea is calm at the moment,
Yes.
there aren't big waves, you can even hear the sound playing today.
In the immediate vicinity of the sea organ, there is a unique installation, Greeting to the Sun. It is a circular plateau made from 300 multi-layered glass plates. Under the plates, there are photovoltaic solar modules. During the day, the solar modules absorb the energy of the sun and start a unique light show after the sun sets.
Ivana, this is another contemporary installation, but it has some kind of historical meaning.
That's correct, Vlatka. Actually, we are standing precisely here at the so-called Greeting to the Sun. This is some sort of homage made in the honor of Alfred Hitchcock, who was here during 1964.
Yes.
And by the way, he said that Zadar has one of the most beautiful sunsets in the world. Even
Not one of the most beautiful,
No,
the most
beautiful.
beautiful, yes.
Even more beautiful than the one in Key West,
I agree
Florida.
with Alfred Hitchcock. But anyone who comes here in Zadar can see that it's true.
In the part of Zadar named Borik, above a beautiful long beach, lies the excellent boutique hotel which we'll showcase today.
My name is Marin Kirin and I'm a general manager of Falkenstein Hotel Adriana, Resort Borik Zadar.
building also has a very interesting history,
Yes.
which creates the atmosphere.
The building was originally built for the horses. It was originally a horse stable.
Yes, but also the upper floor was...
The upper floor
yes.
was for accommodation,
Yes.
and with the years was rebuilt, or how to say, reorganized to be a private house for rental. And from years it became bigger and bigger, and this is what we have today, a small
Yes.
boutique hotel.
Small boutique hotel with the parts that were built later,
The parts which,
New,
which will be,
new.
which will be, which were
but they
built
fit
later.
in perfectly.
Yes.
And
yes,
the
yes.
most beautiful thing here is this wonderful park and swimming pool.
Swimming
over
pool,
there.
yes. And of course, with the pool and with the beautiful garden goes a spa.
Yes.
An excellent spa, really big area where our guests and clients can really feel our welcome, and they can really relax after a long
enjoy.
trip, a long journey, and they can really experience our hospitality.
Yes. And if you want to take a swim in the sea, it's right here,
It's
like few
just-
meters from
exactly,
hotel. Yes.
just few meters from the hotel. So that's one of the other USP which is really important for the guest. Obviously, you're sitting in the garden next to the pool, and you have a view on the sea, which is just a few meters away.
In the hotel, they're especially proud of their top-level gastronomy because their head chef is the best cook in Croatia and a member of the national culinary team. Not far from Zadar, between the towns of Sukošan and Bibinje, lies the largest marina in Croatia.
My name is Christian Kotler and I'm a sales manager in Marina del Monte.
We are in the biggest marina in Adriatic Sea, Marina del Monte.
Yes, we are. Marina del Monte is largest marina destination in Croatia, and it is located in the center of this magnificent Croatian coastline, and it's practically the natural gateway to one of the best cruising grounds in the world. It has the capacity of 1,200 birds in the water and 300 birds on land. We can accommodate yachts up to 80 meters.
This is really important. And you have also other services and facilities for your clients that
Yes,
come here.
practically
For example, garage, which is not so
we have
common. Yes.
220 garages, large parking area, practically everything what yachtsman and needs he can find here in this marina.
Here in this marina,
Yes, we have this land storage area, we have travel lift, few of them with 35 and 80 ton capacity. We have separated charter area with around 400 charter birds, which is a large charter fleet. Separated private area for private owners. And then we have designated mega yacht areas where the largest of our boats are located. Then,
And of course, your clients have a perfect privacy here,
yes, this is the
especially on
this is what
huge
we,
yachts. Yeah,
thi-
mega
this is
yachts.
what we care most about, their privacy, intimacy, and so that they can relax.
And supreme service.
Yes, supreme service. Yes.
Several kilometers to the north lies the intriguing Royal Vineyards, which offer an interesting history along with wine.
My name is Zoran Pantalon. I am general manager of King's Vineyard.
Royal Vineyards, why royal?
Zbog čega? Zato je u 11. stoljeću je Petar Krešimir IV. Poklonio ove terene i svojoj sestri Opatici Čiki kad su osnivali benediktinski samostan. I temeljem toga smo se mi nazvali Kraljevski vinograd.
There's a tradition in producing wine and since that time in this area.
Znači od tog vremena tu se uvijek bili vinogradi, proizvode se vino, znači poznato je u povijesti da su svećenici pravili vina, znači misna vina. Uvijek se radilo s nekim manjim ili većim uspjehom, ali radili su.
Today you have a different sorts of wine grapes.
Ne, ostali smo na istim sortama, ovo su sve domaće sorte, znači bazirani smo na domaćim sortama, imamo jednu bijelu, to je pošip, i dvije crne, plavac mali i crljenak.
You have also an interesting document inside.
Da, imamo originalni zapis o darivanju ovih terena iz 1066. godine. To je na latinskome koji se čuva dan danas u samostanu Svete Marije koje naše benediktinke čuvaju.
NIN is a small town 15 kilometers to the northwest of Zadar, which has its historical center on a small island with a radius of 500 meters, upon which the old historical town is situated. NIN was the first political, religious and cultural center of medieval Croatia. It was the place where the Croatian state was born. NIN is also the oldest Croatian royal town, a permanent or occasional seat of national rulers and kings. In the Museum of NIN's Antiquities, there are numerous interesting exhibitions from the stormy history of NIN. In the museum, there are two original ancient Croatian boats from the 11th century, known by the name Condura Croatica.
My name is Majda Dadić and I am a curator of Museum of NIN's Antiquities.
Majda, can you tell me, is it possible that this ship is 1,000 years old?
Precisely 950 years old. These two boats are dated in the second half of 11th century.
Yes,
so
this one
nearly
is
1,000 years.
Yes, this one is reconstructed, as we can see, and the other one is original, as it was found.
First one is reconstructed because it has a border, and this ship could be reconstructed, but another one could not be.
Yes, but it's a great thing that they are preserved.
Yes, very rare ship from the Middle Age. We also have near NIN were found boats from the 1st century. Also 3 boats from the 1st century, but these boats are Middle Age ships. So it's Middle Age has no so many ships like Roman period. So it's a big thing that we have.
These
them.
are precious.
Yes, precious. And many people from all parts of the world, when they came in our museum, they are
They
searching.
couldn't believe it.
No, they are searching. Where are the boats? Where are the boats? Everybody wants to see our boats. So Condure Croatice are famous all over the Europe or all
world?
over the world.
And they were
maybe.
mentioned also by
They were mentioned by Byzantine Emperor Constantine Porphyrogenet in the 10th century in his work.
Along with numerous rarities and historical remains, many will be fascinated by the Church of St. Cross, named the smallest cathedral in the world. This little church is a kind of calendar, because the exact dates of the solstices and equinox can be determined by where the light falls inside. That which is gold to some, salt was to NIN in the past. If you would like to learn firsthand the traditional ways of producing salt, you have to visit the Salt Museum within the Salt Work.
My name is Ivana Burela and I am sales manager in Salt Museum NIN.
even during the human history, salt was always really important.
Yeah, it was very important.
And you, in NIN, the city of NIN, you know that very well.
Yes, we know, because here we are producing salt from the Roman time. So this salt was actually very, very old. It's from the Roman time. And today we can say that...
A few thousand years?
Yeah, a few thousand years. And that we can say that today we are producing salt almost like old Roman did it. What means that on traditional, natural way. That means that all what we use for production is seawater, sun energy and wind.
And a lot of human energy work, or is it a little bit different today?
Well, a little bit different, the kind of the harvesting and transport, but the main production is like it's the same, completely same.
Salt was really important, meaning that its worth was as the worth of gold.
Yes, because of this salt work in the past, NIN, the old town was very rich because salt and gold had the same price. So people didn't get money for their job; they get salt as a payment.
Yes, and today, how it works today?
Well, today it's not so big value, but we have a salt which is very valued. That is a flour salt.
Yes, I wanted to ask, but salt is really important in gastronomy. Anyway,
yes.
In our lives
Yeah,
also. So, what's the fleur de sel?
Well, fleur de sel is the premium quality one. It's also called caviar of the salt. That is salt which we are harvesting from the surface of the water. That is salt which is a little bit less saltier than a regular kitchen salt, which most of people use every day. But the flour salt has 6 times much more minerals than a regular kitchen salt. So it's also used also for saltier food, but it's not recommended to use it in a process of cooking. It's recommended to use it when it's finished, like a final touch.
Yeah, that's interesting. What other kinds of salt you have here?
We have like a normal kitchen salt in which we add different spices. We have also salt which is smoked under prosciutto and like that. But from salt or with salt, we are making many other products like chocolate with the salt, cookies with the salt, salt for bath with different smells.
According to a legend, the wife of the first Croatian king Tomislav was enchanted by the fantastic beauty of this sandy beach and spent every free moment here enjoying the time with her family. From the legend, this beach received its name, the Queen's Beach. Because of the excellent conditions and great winds, NIN's beaches are a favorite among water sports enthusiasts.
My name is Marko Štefančić and I'm kite surfing instructor here in NIN.
Marko, this is a kite surfing paradise in Croatia.
Yes.
I am surprised, I have to tell you.
Yes, here we have really a paradise because we have excellent beach, which is sandy, and for practicing this sport is, I will say, one of the best in Croatia.
And further away, yeah.
Yes.
In Mediterranean maybe.
I think in this part of the
Yeah.
Europe
Yes,
we have
the
excellent
best.
spot.
All the we have here all that we need, especially for people who want to start learning kite surfing.
Yes.
I mean, natural circumstances are perfect.
Yes. We
Conditions.
have shallow water,
Yes.
constant winds and warm weather. So I will say for practicing, for learning, for the beginners, this is really beautiful. So they can learn easy this sport,
In
kite
a few
surfing.
days.
In a few days they can learn this without a problem.
You have other sports? Which ones?
We have here kite surfing. This is like mainly now very popular. And beside that we have also windsurfing and stand-up paddling. So we cover all the water sports in this area.
What is maybe the easiest sport of all of these to start for people who don't have any
Many
experience?
people ask which should I start, windsurfing or kite surfing? I will say if you can, try both.
Okay.
But more and more people now like to do kite surfing because it's it's like popular.
And
like
it's attractive. Really.
Yes, they see very attractive kites in the air, big jumps and very speedy going on. So they want to try kite surfing.
Yes, people from which countries mostly come here to?
Here mostly from Germany, Austria, and now also from Slovenia, Czech Republic, and with our charter planes now also from UK, France.